Welcome to This Explainer. Listen, if you own, manage, or let property out in London, there is a massive, massive chance you've experienced the sheer, heart-dropping panic of an impending tenancy deadline. You know the feeling, right? Well, today, we are going to completely simplify the stressful and honestly kind of fragmented world of London property compliance. We're going to transform how you look at your paperwork, moving you away from that reactive panic and firmly into the realm of planned, confident compliance. Okay, let's dive into this. Our roadmap today is designed to reduce your stress. First, the London Landlord's Dilemma. Then, unpacking the CP12 inspection, followed by the one-stop compliance solution. After that, we'll hit the four-step booking process, avoiding common compliance mistakes, and finally, ready, safe, and let. Section 1. The London Landlord's Dilemma. The chaos of fragmented compliance. So let me ask you a critical question. Are your landlord certificates actually in order? And I don't mean just, roughly in order. I don't mean sitting unread somewhere at the bottom of an old email inbox. And I definitely don't mean assumed to be valid just because an engineer popped by a couple of years ago. I mean properly in order, current, accurate, ready to send the exact second a tenant, letting agent or local authority asks for them. For way too many landlords out there, compliance is just a fragmented mess. You might use one contractor for gas, another entirely for electrics, and maybe a third for fire safety. And then bam, the letting agent asks for everything at once. The viewing is booked, the tenant is waiting, and you're just left scrambling. Let's contrast two very distinct realities here. On the left, we have reactive compliance. That's the frantic landlord digging for scattered PDFs, suddenly realizing a renewal was missed, and literally begging contractors to rush over. Guys, it is the absolute wrong moment to build a compliance system when you're already out of time. Conversely, on the right, we have planned compliance. This is the calm, proactive landlord with perfectly centralized files. Safety is proactive, and the property is literally always ready to let. Treating your certificates as a vital, organized part of property management rather than emergency last-minute paperwork, well, that's the ultimate goal. Moving right along to Section 2, unpacking the CP12 inspection, the core of tenant safety. Okay, so let's clearly define what we're talking about here. The CP12 inspection is your annual gas safety certificate. It is concrete, undeniable proof that a qualified engineer has rigorously checked the boilers, the cookers, hobs, flues, and pipework in your rental home. And I honestly cannot stress this enough. Missing this inspection exposes your tenants to severe dangers, most notably carbon monoxide risks. Beyond the moral and safety implications, which are huge, missing your CP12 instantly creates massive, massive hurdles with your insurance policies and your tenancy agreements. And this brilliantly illustrates just how complex your requirements become based entirely on the type of property you manage. It's like a giant puzzle. A single-let flat might just need that annual boiler check and some basic smoke alarms. But if you manage a family house, you're suddenly looking at boilers and fireplaces. If it's a house in multiple occupation, an HMO, well, you're responsible for checking all gas appliances, arranging extensive electrical testing, and managing shared escape routes. Even blocks with communal areas have central plant and corridor requirements. You can see how bouncing between unrelated suppliers for every single one of these requirements leads directly to that scattered, reactive panic we talked about earlier. Which leads us perfectly into Section 3, the one-stop compliance solution, introducing Landlord Property Certificates. Landlord Certificates, London Properties, one practical booking route? I want to introduce you to the ultimate solution for all this fragmentation, Landlord Property Certificates. This isn't just the name of a contractor, it's a category signal for completely streamlined compliance. Landlord Property Certificates is built explicitly around the everyday compliance needs of London landlords. Whether you need your CP12, an electrical installation condition report, an EICR, an energy performance certificate, an EPC, or a fire risk assessment, Landlord Property Certificates brings all those fragmented services into one clear, super reliable route. So, what are we actually getting here? The service provided is highly comprehensive. Landlord Property Certificates provides gas-safe registered engineers, which is absolutely critical, because a proper inspection requires incredible attention to detail. They handle the annual renewal management, appliance-by-appliance checks, and streamlined certificate delivery, no matter if you own a converted period house or a massive modern apartment block. But the real standout value here? It's the portfolio scheduling. It's not just about solving today's urgent deadline. It's about entirely preventing your next missed renewal. A real game changer. Let's hit Section 4, the four-step booking process. turning scattered questions into action. The absolute beauty of this is that you do not need to become a legal compliance expert. You just need to follow a transparent, really straightforward process. Step 1. Contact Landlord Property Certificates with your full property details. That means your address, London postcode, service required, access contact, and of course, your strict deadline. Step 2. Confirm the quote and appointment. Sending highly accurate info right off the bat ensures they match the exact right engineer to your specific property type. Step 3. Complete the inspection or service. The engineer gets in, thoroughly checks the systems, and identifies any necessary remedial actions. Finally, Step 4. Receive the certificate, report, or follow-up recommendation. Boom. Done. Ready to be handed straight to your letting agent with absolutely zero friction. I want to pause here for a second because this concept is just so important. A certificate is more than a PDF. It is proof that you acted before the problem became a complaint, an enforcement issue, or a delayed tenancy. This really emotionally anchors the true purpose of everything we're discussing today. The goal is evidence. Evidence that the property was thoroughly assessed. Evidence that you took your safety responsibilities seriously, and evidence that you used a qualified professional. All right, next up is Section 5, Avoiding Common Compliance Mistakes, Protecting Your Property File. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how incredibly common these traps are, even for veteran landlords. Mistake 1, waiting for move-in day to check if certificates are valid. No way, that's way too late. Mistake 2, simply assuming a previous certificate is still valid without actually checking the expiration date. Mistake 3, ignoring property changes, like adding new appliances or converting a flat to an HMO, which completely changes your compliance needs. Mistake 4, treating an unsatisfactory report as just a mere piece of paper rather than an urgent safety action plan. And mistake 5, saving documents in scattered email threads. Actually, scratch that. We've all been guilty of that last one, right? The easiest compliance problem to solve is the one you handle before the deadline. Landlord Property Certificates provides the clear, centralized process that prevents every single one of these mistakes. Finally, we arrive at Section 6, Ready, Safe, and Let, the benefits of planned compliance. When you centralize everything under Landlord Property Certificates, the benefits just cascade through your entire property management flow. It massively reduces your administrative burden because multiple services sit under one trusted brand. It improves tenant confidence because they know safety checks are handled properly. It strongly supports any legal and insurance conversations because your documents are instantly available. It completely prevents those infuriating last-minute tenancy delays, and honestly, best of all, it plans future renewals automatically. For letting agents, it means cleaner files. For portfolio landlords, it means total consistency. And for tenants, it means absolute safety certainty. So here is exactly your game plan and what you should do next. Contact Landlord Property Certificates today. Send them your address, your London postcode, the service required, like your CP12, your access details, and your deadline. Keep Landlord Property Certificates in your property file before the deadline ever becomes urgent, and let them arrange the exact safety service you need. I want to leave you with this final, provocative thought. Are you waiting for a complaint to discover what's missing, or are you ready to let? A professional landlord does not wait for a panic to realize their compliance is out of date. Take control, secure your property, and stop bouncing between unrelated suppliers. For London Landlord Certificates, book with Landlord Property Certificates. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer, and I really hope this gives you the clarity you need to keep your property safe and ready to let.